Representative Sanders, you're now recognized for the Veteran of the Day.
Afternoon, members. I am absolutely delighted to have my good friend, Captain Bob Ford, as the Veteran of the Week. Mr. Speaker, can the clerk read the citation, please?
Clerk will read.
Whereas Captain Bob Ford was born on August 4th, 1944, and was a graduate of the University of Oklahoma and the Reserve Officers Training Corps ROTC program. Ford was a combat helicopter pilot in the Vietnam War from July 1967 to July 1968 and engaged in more than 1,000 combat missions, including the siege of Khe Sahn and later in the Tet Offensive of 1968. And whereas Ford served as the detachment commander of the MACV compound at Hue, which held the distinction as the farthest-most northern helicopter unit in the Vietnam War. All his combat flying as a first lieutenant, and he was promoted to captain 1 week before returning home at the end of his tour. Bob Ford then served as an instructor pilot at Fort Wolters, Texas, during his last year of active duty. And whereas a Shawnee native, Captain Ford is vice chairman of the Shawnee Milling Company. He lives and manages their flour mill in Okeene, Oklahoma. Ford was recently inducted into the Oklahoma Military Hall of Fame and received the Major General Douglas O. Dollar Distinguished Public Service Award for service to communities and veterans. He is in active partnership with the Oklahoma History Center, continuing to tell the narrative of service and sacrifice made by so many in the war. And whereas the former UH-1 Huey combat pilot has written a book, Black Cat 2-1, about his tour of duty in Vietnam, which details many of his combat missions. And whereas the Oklahoma House of Representatives of the 57th Legislature takes great pride in honoring Captain Bob Ford as Veteran of the Week. Now therefore, pursuant to the motions of Representative Mike Sanders, the Oklahoma House of Representatives extends to Captain Bob Ford sincere commendations and directs that the citation be presented.
And as you can see, members, Captain Ford is the epitome of public service, not only in his community of Okeene, Oklahoma, but a service to his state as well as our grateful nation. And by the way, this is the book that Captain Ford has written, and I will tell you, this is a wonderful, wonderful book. You definitely need to get this. I'll loan this to anyone that's interested. But in honor of your service to our country, and obviously being Veteran of the Week, I'd like to present you this American flag that was flown over our state capitol in your honor.
Thanks.
Captain Ford.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And Mr. Speaker, before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, can Captain Ford address the body?
Captain Ford, you're recognized to address the House of Representatives.
Mike Sanders. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? Guy's a good guy. He really is a good guy. It's an honor to represent the Vietnam veteran here. I feel like I'm representing every one of them. I especially want to honor all those with whom I served that stepped up and volunteered to fly the Huey helicopter in combat. We experienced a significant part of history, and flying at its most satisfying and exciting. It was an incredible adventure. But I feel like I'm not special at all. Every one of us shared the same risk on every mission. Every mission, no matter what the enemy condition or the weather, we did it. I brought with me the code of conduct that was issued 1 week after entering active duty, and it's a permanent part of my military record. I still have it, August 1966. There's 6 items, 4 of which dictate how to conduct yourself if captured and become a POW. The first says, I am an American fighting man serving in the forces that guard our country and our way of life. I am prepared to give my life in their defense. The code of conduct is wonderfully concluded by saying, I will never forget I am responsible for my actions. And if you ask any of us with whom I served, we would tell you we would do it again. Each one of you have stepped up to serve our country and our great state of Oklahoma with honor, and I salute each one of you. Thank you very much.
Members and guests in the gallery, please remain standing as you're able. Mr. Ford, you're recognized to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everybody face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.